Okay, so 12.2 surface area and volume of prisms and cylinders. So there are different kinds of prisms. There are rectangular prisms, there are triangular prisms, there are trapezoidal prisms, there are what's another one? Okay, you name them by their base. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So this base is a rectangle, so it's a rectangular prism. This base is a triangle, so it is a triangular. These are cylinders. They're both cylinders. This one is just kind of a little slanted. Does it make a difference? Nope. Look at your next page. What would this one be? What shape is up this?
Square.
A trapezoid. So it's called a trapezoidal prism.
Oh.
Okay, so this is our base, and this would be our height then. Sometimes you need to move your paper. Sometimes you need to shade a little. Does that make sense? This, again, is just a cylinder, but I don't have the radius. I have the what?
Base. Or is there another one? I meant diameter.
Diameter. Thank you very much. This isn't a rectangular prism. It's a parallelogram when it's tilted, yes. But is it still a rectangular prism?
Yeah.
Yes. And this is a triangular prism. Okay, so we name them by their base shape. Can their base be sitting out here? Yes. This isn't a rectangular prism because there's a trapezoid involved. Got it? Okay, so surface area, just so we know, surface area is the sum of all the areas of the faces. So sum means you're going to do what? Add them up. Kind of like if I asked you for perimeter, you would add them all up, right? But you can't do perimeter of three-dimensional objects. But you notice I have volume equals, well, what's a capital B? Anybody know?
Base.
It's the area of the base. Because if it was just base, it'd be a little b, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what is h then? It's just the height. I did this last time. I used that h. H stands for height. Okay. So you might be crowded in here, but we're going to find surface areas and volumes of all these things. Okay. Your worksheet today is every problem is surface area and volume. Every single one. Okay. So this is shape 1, shape 2, 3, and 4. So we can label it down here. Okay. We are going to have to find the area of a base. So do we need to know the area of a rectangle?
Yeah.
Yes, what is that?
Base times height.
Base times height. What about a triangle?
1/2 base times height.
1/2 base times height, because two triangles make a rectangle. Yes. And then a circle.
Isn't it
Beta
R
2 pi r
equals?
over.
Okay, so the area of a circle, remember that's the equals pi r squared. Now those are the area. I said I would never give you the area of a rectangle, a triangle, or a circle. Will I? You have to know those. You have to. They're expected, like anytime you take any kind of standardized test, they expect you to know those 3 shapes. Okay, so we're going to start with this, and we're going to start with surface area. Can you see this pink okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so surface area is the sum of all the faces, the areas of all the faces. So if I have the base, if I call this a base down here, do I just have 1 6 by 5?
Yeah. No, you're
You have the
not-
top, don't you?
Yeah.
So I have the bottom and the top. So I could take 2 times, and it'd be 6 times 5, right?
Mhm.
Plus, well, let's see the front. What are the dimensions of the front of this?
14 and 6.
14 and 6, but I have a front and a
Back.
back. So I have 2 of those again. And then I have a side and a side. What are their dimensions?
5 and 14.
5 and 14, so I have 2 of those again, don't I? Am I always going to have 2?
No.
No, but if I do have 2, can't I just multiply it? Okay. So 5 times 6 is 30, times 2 is 60. Plus, well, let's see, 14 times 6 be 84, right? And 84 times 2 would be 168. Oh, I forgot to put this as shape 1. Plus, I want to take 5 times 14 again, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So 14 would be 0 to 70.
Yeah.
Times 2 would be 140. So 60 and 140 is 200. So 368. 368 inches squared, because all of these measurements are inches times inches, right? Surface area going to be too hard to do? No. So volume for number 1. Volume is the area of the base times the height. So the base is down here. So that'd be 6 times 5. And the height is what? 14. Well, 6 times 8 is 30, right? So we're going to have a 0, a 2, so 420. Now, this is going to be inches what?
Square.
No.
Cubed. Because it's 6 inches times 5 inches times 14 inches. So it's inches what? Cubed. So now we're going to go to shape 2.
Oh, that was just 1.
Yep, that was just shape number 1. Okay, so shape number 2 is a triangular prism. I always do surface area first because it's longer and then I get it over with. Because volume's pretty easy, I think. Okay, so I always start with the base. So the base is this triangle. And if I have a base, I have a bottom and a top, right? So that's 2 of those. And the area of a triangle is what?
Half base and
So 1/2. What is the base of this triangle down here? 5.
5.
And what is the height of that triangle?
12.
12. Plus, well, we have a back, or like this piece over here.
Mm-hmm.
What's its dimensions?
14.
14 times
5.
5. And there's only one of them, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
So 14 times 5. Well, we have a front. It's 12 by
14.
14. Now, is this back piece over here 12 by 14 also?
Yeah. No.
No. Because that's a hypotenuse of that triangle, isn't it? Doesn't it have to be bigger than 12?
Yeah.
Yep, so we're going to have to figure that out. So 12 times 14 plus, now if I have 2 legs of a triangle, how do I find the hypotenuse? Okay, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So 14 plus 25 square root of that, right?
You mean 144.
Yeah, 144, not 14. So that would be the square root of 169, which would be
14.
13. So this is 13 over here. So that side is 13 by what?
14.
14. See why I always do surface area first?
Yeah.
Okay, so the half and the 2 reduce. So 12 times 5 is 60. plus 5 times 14, so 0.70, plus, I want to do 13 times 14.
Okay.
Okay, so 13 squared is 169, correct? So times another 13, so I just add a 13 to that. So that'd be 182. And I know 12 squared is 144, right?
168.
168. And then I gotta add them all up. So this is 130. So 8 and 2 is 10. Carry a 1, so that's 10 and 8. So 18, carry 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 480 inches squared. So is it going to take you a minute to do the multiplication? Maybe. But is it impossible? No. Okay, so volume
Squared or cubed?
squared.
Squared.
We're just surface area.
Oh.
Volumes. The one that's-
Yep, volumes is
Okay.
length times width. Okay, so we need the area of the base. What's that? That's the big B, right?
Mhm.
So the base is here. So 1/2 the base times the height of the triangle, which is 12, times the height of the prism, which is what? 14. You want to take half of 14? Or,
Yeah.
well, but if we take half of 12, then that makes it 30.
Do that.
Yeah.
30.
Okay. So then half of 12 is 6, so 30. So then 3. So we have a 0,
420.
a 2, 420. And then it'd be inches
Cube.
cubed. Okay, and let's do shape 3. Now, I'm going to do surface area first, but I want to talk about this. So this cylinder is like a pop can, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
So if I cut it down the side, if I cut it right here, and I cut it around the top, and I cut it around the bottom, I would have a circle. Yes?
Mhm.
Then I would have a rectangle,
And another circle.
and I would have another circle. So I basically would have, my rectangle would be like, get another Scotch piece of paper. So this is, I want to make it small enough it can fit under my camera. Okay, so this would be my rectangle. So this right here, it has to turn into my can, doesn't it?
Yeah, we can't see it.
Yeah, you can, right there.
Mm-mm.
Where?
We can't.
Now,
That's interesting. Decided to froze up on me. So if I take that rectangle, it makes a can, yes?
Mhm.
See my circle?
Yeah.
This is what of a circle? The what?
Circumference.
Circumference. So this is the circumference of the circle, isn't it? But when I open it up, it's the what of my rectangle. It's the length of my rectangle, isn't it? So the circumference of that circle is the what of my rectangle,
Length.
the length. So on this equation, we know these circles are pi r squared, correct? But the length of this is going to be 2 pi r times the height. I want to see that, how that just happened. The length of the cylinder right here is the what of the circle,
Circumference.
the circumference of the circle. So we're going to do the top because we have 2, right? So 2 times, and the area of a circle is pi r squared, so what's r?
5.
5. So 25 pi plus Now the length is going to be the circumference of the circle times the height of the cylinder. So that's 11, right? Times, and circumference is 2 pi r. So what's r? 5. 5 times 2 is 10. So 10 pi. So this is 110. And this is 50. So what's 110 plus 50? 160 pi meters squared. I don't want you multiplying out the pi. I want it left pi in your answers, okay?
Was that it?
Yep. So the biggest thing you need to remember, the biggest mistake I get is forgetting that rectangle's length is the circumference of the circle. Okay, so we want to make sure we're doing that. So volume, again, is the area of the base times the height. Well, the area of the base was pi r squared, wasn't it? So what's 5 squared? So I have 25 pi times the height, which is 11. And I'll show you the trick on multiplying any two-digit number by 11 again. Separate the two. So you have 2 and 5. And add them together. What's 2 plus 5?
7.
So it's 275. So 275 pi meters cubed. Do you think shape number 4 is going to be any different than shape number 3?
No.
Absolutely not. Okay, so surface area. I need the area of the base. Actually, is it everything going to be exactly the same?
Yeah.
Does it matter that I tilted it?
No.
No. So it is the same as 3. So do we need to do it? I just want to show you that just because I take that can and tilt it over a little, is it going to make any difference? I still have the same circle on the top and the bottom, don't I? Am I going to have the same circumference?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Do I have the same height? Yes. So if I took my rectangular prism and slanted it to the side, would it change how I did it? Not at all. Okay, so I want the surface area and volume of each of the following shapes. The cylinder is on the side. Does it change that the base is here? No. If you need to move your paper like this to do the problem, can you? Now do you see the base?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, surface area. How do I find my surface area? I have to add up all the what?
Sides.
Areas,
That's what I meant.
right? Okay. So where do you want to start?
The 2 meters.
The two circles?
Yeah, the 2 bases.
Okay, so I have 2. And what's the area of a circle? Kale, why don't you pick up your pencil? Take some notes. What's the area of a circle?
2 pi r.
Nope, pi r squared. 2 pi r is circumference.
Oh.
We'll use that in a second. So pi r squared, r is what? 2. 2 squared is?
4.
So 4 pi. Plus, now I need the area of that rectangle if I would unwind it. So it's my circumference, which is 2 pi r, times my height, which is 5. So 2 pi r, what's r?
2.
2, so 2 times 2 is?
4.
So I have 4 pi times 5. So I get 20 pi plus 8 pi. So what's the surface area?
28 meters squared.
28 pi meters squared. Are we going too fast for anybody? Are we going too fast to think about what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay. Do you guys want to try volume on your own?
No.
Not yet? I think volume's the easy one. Okay, so volume is the area of the base times the height. The base is a circle, yes? What's the area of a circle?
Pi r squared.
Pi r squared. So 2 squared is?
4.
So 4 pi times 5. So the volume is
20 pi
20 pi
20 pi m squared.
cubed.
cubed. You guys want to try the rectangular prism by yourself? Yes? No? Not yet? Okay, so surface area, what am I going to have to add up?
All there.
All the areas. I got 2 sides that are the same.
Mm-hmm.
I got a front and a back,
Yep.
and a top and a
Bottom.
bottom. So, where do you want to start?
Let's go bases.
Bases. So the bottom and the top. So the bottom and the top. What are they? What by what?
7 by 8.
Nope.
7 by 15.
Nope.
15.
Okay. This is 8 up here. So this is what down here?
8.
8.
8
8
by
by
15.
So it's 8 by 15. So 15 times 8. Okay, so let's go with the front and back now. The front is what? 7 by 15. Plus, and we got 2 ends.
Mhm.
Now what are the ends?
7 by 8.
7 by 8. So 2 times 7 times 8. I think I want to do 30 times 8. How about you? So 30 times 8 would be 240. I think I want to do 30 times 7, which would be 210. And then we probably want to do 56 by 7
What? 6 by
or 14 by 8. Which you want to do? Or 56 by 2 or 14 by 8? I'm going to do 56 by 2. So that'd be 16, so 116. Right? So 6, 1, 1, 4, so 6, 2, 4, 5. I get 566. Do you guys get 566? I get 562.
It is.
How?
Because it's
You
instead of 16, it's 12.
Say that again?
It would be.
It's 112 instead of 116.
Yeah.
For the 56 plus times 2, it's 112 instead of 116.
Oh. Fine, be that way. Okay. And our units are inches
Squared.
squared. Okay, volume. I really think volume's the easiest. Because the base, on a rectangular prism, can I use any base? Yeah. I could use like this base down here, and the height would be 7, right? Or I could use the base on the side, and the height would be 15. Does it matter? I'm going to take 7 times 8 times 15. So 7 times 8 times 15. I think I'm going to do 8 times 15 first. Because that'd be, what? 120?
Yeah.
Times 7 would be 484. Oh, because 7 times 12 is 84, right? Duh. Inches cubed. So the back, we just have different types of prisms. Which one do you think you want to do first? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 4. The trapezoidal?
Yes.
Because it's a trapezoid, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, surface area. So in this case, our base is the trapezoid. Okay? We have a front and a back that are the same. Yes? Are the two sides going to be the same? Is this side over here and this side here going to be the same?
Yeah.
Yes. How about the top and the bottom? Are they going to be the same? No. So sometimes you have two and sometimes you do not. So let's do the front and the back and the sides because we have two of those. How's that look?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so 2. What's the area of a trapezoid? You guys remember?
Half
1/2
base or base 1 time plus base 2.
times the height first.
Oh, yeah.
The height is
10,
the height of the trapezoid is 8.
8.
And then it's base 1 plus base 2. So base 1 is 10 and base 2 is
6.
6. Okay, plus 2 times, because we have two sides, yes?
2 times
And they are 10 by,
15.
10 by
no, they're not 10. They are,
15 by 8. Wouldn't it be?
yes, 15 by 8. Plus, now the top,
8 by 6 by 6.
6 by
15.
15. See, I'm tracing my picture to keep myself. So 6 times 15. I didn't give myself enough room. And the bottom is what?
10 by 15.
10 by 15. My pictures will look all messed up because I'm keeping my brain straight. Okay, so 1/2 and 2 go away, right? So 16. So 8 times 6 is 48. Carry a 4. So 128. Plus 30 times 8, which would be 240. And 6 times 15. 90. Anytime I say 15, I think of time. There's 4 15s in an hour. I don't know. And 10 times 15 is
150.
150. I know it ends in an 8. So 5 is 9, is 18, is 21. So 1 carry 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you guys get 618? You counted up. I got 618.
Yeah.
You've got to check my work.
Yeah, it's 16.
Okay. And we are centimeters squared. So the volume is going to be the area of the base, and it's a trapezoidal prism, so this trapezoid is my base. Do I already have that area right here?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's 1/2 8 times 16. Where'd the 16 come from?
Go 10 plus 6.
10 plus 6. Times the height. Now, if this is my base, my height is where? Right there, which is
15.
15. Well, I'm going to take 1/2 of 16, which makes 8, and 8 times 8 is
64.
64 times 15. Nothing around this, I just got to do it, right?
960.
960? centimeters cubed. Now, I will tell you that these pictures I grabbed from somewhere else. And guys, I let you tell me the height was 8, but is it really 8? It's not. You would have to do the the Pythagorean theorem to find out the real height. Everything on your worksheet would tell you. Like, your worksheet would actually tell you this height. Okay? It's actually 2 square root of 17, but I wasn't going to make you figure that out. I'm going to tell you this one up here. This is a 2, and this is a 4 because I just made it up. This sorry. This is a 2 over here. This is a 4, and the height is a 1. So let's do this triangle. I think that'd be hard. Don't you think that's the next one you'd pick? It's a triangle?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember the triangle. We have the same triangle on the top or the bottom. Yes? But are any of the sides the same?
No.
No. So I'm going to have 2 at the top and the bottom, and then everything else I'm just going to put 1. So surface area. So the height is 1 and the height is 1 and the base is 3 because the right angle is always on the base, isn't it? The base and the height. So I have 2 and 1/2. What is the base? 3. And what is the height? 1. Plus. Let's do this back one over here. The back, where the 4 is. It is 4 by what?
7.
7. So 4 times 7. What about this one over here, this side right here?
2 by 1.
2 by, nope, 2 by
7.
7. The height is 7 on them. And the front piece is what? 3 by
7.
7. Well, the first chunk is just 3, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Plus 28. Plus 14. Plus 21. So basically 9 times 7, which is 63, plus 3 is 66. Isn't it? So I have 4, and 9 times 7 is 63, isn't it? Yeah. 63 plus 3. And meters squared? And then volume, again, area of the base, which is that 1/2, 3 times 1. Now, in the past, people get confused because I say it's right here. Guess what they bring down also? The 2. Why don't I bring down the 2? Yeah, because I'm not adding up areas, am I? Okay, so the area of the base times the height, and the height is what? 7. So that is 21 over 2, which would be 10.5 meters cubed. Okay, I want you to try these two on your own. Oh, try the rectangle all on your own, please. Try the rectangle. You can do it. You can have a whole worksheet. Try.
I'm saving it.
Cal, how's it going? City, how'd it go? Did you get them good?
Yeah.
Dakota, did you get it? Noah, how's it going?
What?
Phoenix, how's it going? Did you get it? Did you get close?
No.
Did you got 2 times 30?
I don't have any.
Addie, how's it going?
Good.
Did you get it right?
Yep.
Where'd 30 come from?
5 times 6,
5 times 6. That's the bottom and the
top,
top. Where'd 24 come from? 6 times 4. That's the front and the
back,
back. Where'd 20 come from?
5 times 4.
Which is the
sides.
sides. So I have 60 plus 48 plus 40, 148.
And then
And then this one, 5 times 6 times 4. I did 20 times 2,
Need to have all juniors
or 6.
take their computers and chargers, if you have them,
120.
down to
120.
the auditorium stage.
Okay,
Mr. Sadie will meet you down there.
So-
That's all juniors.
surface area.
You will need to take your laptop.
So I have 2 circles
Report to the stage.
and what? 2 circles and a
It's a rectangle.
of a rectangle. And remember, my rectangle length is 2 pi r. Yes? Okay, and this is my height, which would be 11, right? And what's the area of a circle? Pi r squared. Okay, so I have 2 times, well, what's r?
8.
Nope. That's
2. 4.
4.
2 times 4.
D equals 8, R equals 4. Because 8 is the diameter?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 squared is 16 pi?
Did she just say?
I think at the end of the period. Okay, and then 2 pi r. R is 4. 4 times 2 is 8.
Waste my time.
Just take it. You've already packed up. Take it, please. You're interrupting everything. Okay, so 16 times 2 is 32 pi. So the answer is 40 pi inches squared.
Yeah.
So volume is the area of the base, which is the area of the circle. So it's right here, isn't it?
16 times.
16 pi.
Yeah.
And then times the height, which is
11.
11. So remember, separate the 2, 1 and 6, and add them together. You get 176 pi inches.
I feel like you've never showed it.
I've showed you that several times.
But I don't think I've ever paid attention.
I don't know. That's why I keep showing to you. Maybe it'll stick someday. Okay, so I have 3 shapes. Which one of these figures has the same volume? Well, let's see. So this is 2 across from here. So we have the volume would be 4. Well, half of 2 would be 1, right? So that would be pi times the height, which would be 4. So it would be 4 pi feet cubed. This would be, well, it's 1 pi, right? 1 times 4, which would be 4 pi feet cubed.
Yeah.
And this one is the same as this one, right?
All the same.
So they're all the same.
So they're all the same.